they compromised people.
And it's been going on forever.
Yeah,
Forever, dude.
It's got to be going on right now still.
100%,
But this is still happening right now, even today.
The fear of, we talked about this yesterday with Roger Avery, the fear of these like literally demonic human beings that are running the world and don't give a about human lives. Everybody wants to thank God that's not happening now. But then when you realize like that might have been happening now.
Then Joe Rogan discovered something in those files that genuinely shocked him. It wasn't only about who Epstein was or the people he knew, but about who might have taken his place. Is there another Jeffrey Epstein operating today that nobody knows about?
Is there a Jeffrey Epstein right now that we don't know about?
Not just one, but many. The island never really shut down. The parties never truly ended. The cameras are still running, and the powerful people above Epstein simply found someone else to continue it. But here's what most people are missing. It all started when everything suddenly came to light. On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released the largest set of documents ever connected to the Epstein case. Over 3 million pages, 180,000 images, and 2,000 videos were uploaded online all at once. Everyone rushed to search through it. Who was on the plane? Who went to the island? Who was involved? Then, hidden deep inside those millions of pages, one unexpected name appeared: Joe Rogan. The internet went wild. Many people jumped to conclusions, but Rogan quickly addressed it himself. What he explained matters because it shows why these files are so important.
Yeah, I'm in the files for not going. Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad?
Yeah, but I would have never went anyway. It's like, it's not even a possibility that I would have went.
But
especially after I Googled him. I was like, what the f are you talking about? This is like.
He said no. Back in 2017, one of Rogan's podcast guests, physicist Lawrence Cross, contacted him. Epstein had tried to connect, wanting an introduction, saying he liked Rogan. Rogan searched his name online, saw the 2008 case involving a minor, and immediately refused. That simple decision kept him out of trouble. But while reviewing the documents to confirm his own story, Rogan found something unrelated to him, something much bigger than Epstein alone. His reaction was not relief, it was concern. Because Rogan didn't just see names, he saw a system, an organized structure that existed long before Epstein and continued after him. This is the part many people overlook. Every time new files come out or this story is discussed, the focus goes back to Epstein. He did it. He ran it. He is gone. Case closed. But Rogan raised a different question. Who was above him? Two names kept appearing again and again in the unredacted parts, and both reveal how this system really works and why it did not end. The first name is Les Wexner. Many people may not recognize him, but they know his company. He founded Victoria's Secret, one of the biggest lingerie brands in the world. Extremely wealthy, highly connected, and very powerful. According to the documents, Wexner didn't just know Epstein. He gave him power. He allowed Epstein control over his finances. He even gave him a mansion in Manhattan where later evidence was found. He opened doors to powerful circles. The FBI labeled him as a co-conspirator and planned to question him. That never happened because Epstein died and the investigation stopped with him. But when the 2026 files were released, Wexner's name appeared thousands of times. Everything was visible except one key document where his name was hidden. That was not an accident. That was intentional. Congressman Thomas Massie noticed it and questioned the Justice Department publicly.
Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document?
Within 40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
For 40 minutes, it stayed hidden. Someone inside the Department of Justice made a deliberate choice to remove the co-conspirator label from a billionaire's name and only corrected it after being exposed. Wexner has always claimed he was misled and cut ties in 2007 after learning the truth, but years of shared connections suggest otherwise. If Wexner represents the financial side, the second name adds another layer. Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, a Dubai-based billionaire and former head of DP World, one of the largest port companies globally. His operations span over 70 countries and connect to major governments. His name appears thousands of times in the files, including emails discussing disturbing material. In one message from 2009, Epstein wrote to him referencing a video. His reply was casual, like it was normal conversation. After his name became public, he stepped down from his role, but no legal action followed. He remains free. The reason may be linked to his global influence. Taking action against him could impact international trade and diplomacy. The pattern is clear. Powerful individuals are protected, victims are not.
Is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name.
Think about that carefully. The powerful were shielded while victims were exposed, even if unintentionally. In the most important document release of this case, this reality became clear. Now we reach the central issue Rogan pointed out. Epstein is gone. Maxwell is imprisoned. The investigation is officially over, according to authorities. A senior official even stated publicly that no further action would be taken.
Compromised people.
And it's been going on forever.
Yeah,
Forever, dude.
it's got to be going on right now still.
100%, but
It's got to be happening somewhere where you can get away with
But
it.
the real question remains unanswered. Where is this happening now? Networks like this do not disappear when one person is removed. They adapt. The demand continues. The system continues. The material used for leverage does not vanish. Someone replaced Epstein. The operation was never just about events or locations. It was about structure. A system where powerful individuals were drawn in, compromised, and controlled.
I bet it was a real good honeypot where there's a lot of sophisticated intellectual discourse. You got a lot of brilliant people there. You've got great music, you know. You got like famous people are hanging around too.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems really cool. And then if there's blackmail, the blackmail is like snuck into all this.
Yeah.
Snuck in, come to the room with the cameras. And next thing you know, you're doing cocaine.
That structure can be copied. It does not rely on one person. It depends on the network above. Financial backing, global connections, and political protection allow it to continue. Evidence of this continuation is found in what people are not saying. Many stayed silent after Epstein's death. Some never testified. Victims have openly said they fear others still involved, not Epstein himself. Virginia said this before she died. Her fear was not directed at him, but at those around him who are still active.
Virginia Giuffre, the most prominent victim of the late convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, took her own life on Thursday. This is just weeks after she made headlines for saying that she had days to live after she claimed to have been hit by a bus.
She had knowledge, evidence, and plans to share more, but before that could happen, she was gone. This raises serious concerns. The system continues because it is deeply rooted and protected. Rogan described it clearly.
Some people get intoxicated by being in a circle of rich and powerful people, even if they're not, like, they don't even have any ambitions of being one of those people. They just want to be around them. They want to be around.
Influence and power are used as tools. They draw people in without questions. They normalize behavior over time. This silence has been maintained for years. Actor Terrence Howard suggested how common these situations had become.
When I would hear about Chris Tucker and people hopping on the plane to go there, I didn't know that Epstein was, the bad guy that he is now. But I was like, damn, I would love to go. I didn't know what was happening.
No one talked about Epstein.
No, nobody.
Harvey they did, but not Epstein.
They didn't talk about Epstein. I didn't know. But hell, I could have easily ended up over there if he had invited me over.
He felt left out for not being included. That shows how normalized these gatherings were among elites. People did not question what happened. They just wanted access. When Chris Tucker was asked about being on Epstein's plane, his response hinted at a deeper truth.
Chris Tucker goes, yeah, I did go on that flight, but we went to Africa and I went with a bunch of diplomats. I didn't know who this Epstein guy was.
Rogan's reaction to that moment was very direct.
Chris Tucker basically confirmed that the list was like legit because he's on it.
He didn't deny the list. He explained his connection, which indirectly confirmed others on it. This reflects how the system survives, not through denial but controlled statements. People reveal just enough to protect themselves. No one exposes everything. Those in power maintain control. Even officials have made conflicting statements, publicly distancing themselves while evidence suggests otherwise.
And the right kind of massage. Now my wife is standing here. So she looks at me and I look at her and we say, I'm sorry, we have to go. And we left. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again. So I was never in the room with him socially, for business, or even philanthropy. That guy was there, I wasn't going.
Strong claims were made, but later emails told a different story. Communication records showed continued contact and planning, raising serious concerns. Yet despite this, the investigation remains closed with no further charges.
despite the fact that this movie is, for one, based on true real-world events, and also despite the fact that it exposes the very real reality that millions of children across the world find themselves in, well, there are elite forces in both Hollywood as well as the media which have actively been working for the past 5 years to suppress this movie.
Another important detail cannot be ignored. In 2023, the film Sound of Freedom was released, based on real events involving human trafficking. It had a modest budget but achieved major success at the box office.
Each screening, there was a talking going on, and I was like watching the audience going, what? The second time it happened, again, third time, talking in this one particular spot, and I'm thinking, what, did we do something wrong or something? But so then one more time it happened. At the end, I was asking about the movie, and I asked them about that one particular part where everybody's talking, and they all cried out Epstein Island. And I went, oh, okay. Now I understand what we're up against.
Before its release, it remained delayed for years. When it finally came out, it faced heavy criticism. Despite this, the public supported it strongly. The story highlighted how these networks operate, using power and influence to hide wrongdoing.
Is there a Jeffrey Epstein right now that we don't know about?
There's a million of them.
A million.
The same structure appears again. Powerful individuals, controlled environments, and silence enforced through leverage. Even official statements now claim the investigation is complete, despite remaining unanswered questions.
2 photos. Please put the photos back up. These 2 photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew.
There is little effort left to continue investigating, and this directly connects to the key concern. If no further action is being taken, then whoever continues this system now faces no immediate risk.
How many senators just voted against releasing this, man? It's just it's like there's two votes that are happening. The UFO disclosure thing, they keep voting against that.
Yeah.
And the Epstein list, they keep voting against that.
Right.
What? And also politically, it can't serve you to talk about a bad list. The list of people who said, let's protect people who like have done horrific shit to kids. You don't want to be on that list, but whatever's on that list must be so destabilizing.
This is why it matters. The real issue is not just Epstein, it is the structure that continues beyond him. The same patterns, the same protection, and the same silence. The individuals involved at higher levels remain untouched. Key information is still hidden. Victims continue to suffer while those responsible remain free. The system remains active. Epstein may be gone, but what he was part of is still operating.